this is exciting. It's new watch day, so let's go to the store. Woo! Here is going to be my first unboxing video. I bought a C60 Trident Pro from Christopher Ward, the 40mm black dial with a hybrid strap off the recent Christopher Ward sale. Given the more recent attention to the Christopher Ward QC process and some of the watches on some of the other YouTube channels showing more signs of wear than anticipated, I figured, at least for this purchase, that it made sense to do an unboxing video. I'll tell you why I don't think it necessarily makes sense in the case of my channel. And it's because my channel is really more about hypoallergenic watches. And in general, it's going to take at least a few days, if not a few weeks of wear before I notice any sort of skin irritation and allergic responses and things like that. So this might be the only time you'll see me do an unboxing video. And you'll probably get more long-term wear videos from me going forward in the future. So I bought this watch on the sale on July 10th. It arrived yesterday. I had it shipped actually directly to the Christopher Ward showroom, which is nice that I could do that. There's actually quite a few porch pirates in our neighborhood, so the security of knowing that it wasn't being shipped and left outside my door was really nice. So yesterday was July 21st, so it took 11 days to arrive from London. And it's a little bit slower than I anticipated. I bought an Echo Nutra at the recent Wind Up Watch Fair, and that took roughly, I think, 5 days to arrive from Italy. So this took twice as long. This box is really nice. It's got a really good hand feel to it. To open this box, it just slides open right there. All right. And so there we have I presume the warranty cards. We'll see what's in here. That's got to be the warranty card right there. Okay. And here's a QR code to access the manual for the watch. So we'll keep that in the box. And what do we have here? Some Christopher Ward stickers. This must be a cleaning cloth, which is nice to keep that nice sapphire crystal nice and clean. And there's the watch itself. It's well packaged. It's still got the protective cover around it. And so we'll take that off. And so there's the watch. This is bought in nearly new condition. I bought it for $876 before tax. The retail price is listed on the website at $10.95, so 20% off. And let's inspect this here. It looks to be in basically new condition. I don't really see any blemishes here on the case or on the strap. I don't have a macro lens, so we'll try to zoom in on this thing in a little bit to see if I can see any scratches in it. And there, I think I see a couple of minor scratches there on the case. Yeah, there's a couple of scratches. Not the biggest deal in the world to me. Again, I bought this on sale for 20% off, knowing that it was nearly new, as is typical for the Christopher Ward sale, meaning this is either a returned item or a display item, so it's buyer beware, and you kind of take it on knowing that there might be a few subtle imperfections, but if that's all there is, honestly, I can't see it with the naked eye, and I'm not really the type to take a macro lens to my watches, so I like to wear them, and so they're going to incur some wear and tear anyways. Let's try this thing on. So I just biked home from the Christopher Ward showroom with this today, and honestly, I couldn't wait to put it on, which is really the only reason I'm doing this unboxing video. Otherwise, I would have just shot something later. So it wears very comfortably. Nice proportions on the wrist. Really catches the eye quite well, that famous light catcher case. It's a nice shine from the bezel. All in all, a pretty good purchase. I'd say a good experience with Christopher Ward. I'll go over it zoomed in on my camera to see if I can detect any other imperfections, but to the naked eye, honestly, that so-called 30 centimeter test that they talk about, really, I barely see any imperfections at all. So I made a comment to Greg Trotter at CW when I was in the store that, you know, having this on the wrist, I don't even think about wanting a Rolex Submariner or anything like that. And I gotta say that holds true. This thing wears very comfortably. The strap is very comfortable. Christopher Ward makes some of the most comfortable straps I've ever tried on. This is their hybrid strap, so it's I believe FKM on the back side. Zoom in shot there, and Cordura on the front side. So it's got this kind of textured appearance to it, very tactical looking. And so I think this watch really gives you the best of both worlds in terms of utility and being a tool watch. So 300 millimeters water resistance. It's fairly robust. It's very comfortable, but it's still polished enough to wear, you know, with a suit. Not technically a dress watch, but you could get away with wearing it at a formal function, I think. This is the 40 millimeters. I don't think that I would get anything bigger than that if I'm going to try to wear this with a suit. There's the very beautiful, fairly, you know, nicely adorned Sellita SW200 movement. It's a nice custom rotor for Christopher Ward. The crown is actually nice and sizable. It's a really decent sized crown. It's got a good hand feel to it. The knurling on it is perfect. Good tactile touch to the wind. Let's set the time. It's currently 5:32. At the date wheel, and you can see that it's got some nice color matching on the date wheel to the rest of the dial. I always think it's strange when watchmakers have like a black dial or a blue dial or what have you, and a white date wheel, so I really appreciate the color matching. That's a pristine dial and a beautiful sapphire crystal there. It looks like it's a little bit raised there, so that's just a stunner. So we're really zoomed in. Seeing if I can see any scratches or any dings to this nearly new watch. There might be. Any visible imperfections. I don't have a macro lens, but I guess this iPhone 17 actually works pretty well. I gotta say, I don't really see much here. Checking out the lugs. It all looks pretty decent. Looks like that was just some dust. I wonder if there's a tiny little nick there. So there's those couple of minor scratches that I noticed earlier. They're really barely perceptible, even really zoomed in. So not too bad for a nearly new watch. I mean, honestly, this is about as pristine as it gets on a nearly new watch. Obviously, your results may vary. That's the risk you take on with buying a nearly new.
We'll do a quick lume test here. And already I could tell that I like the color of this lume. It glows a little bit closer to blue than green. It's very robust lume. Not sure how long it'll last, but initial impressions is it's very aesthetically pleasing, and it's got actually a nice bluish rather than greenish lume to it. Beautiful. All right, so what's the final verdict? Would I buy another Christopher Ward piece again? And would I buy off of the sale? And I think the answer is a resounding yes. I absolutely, so far, love this watch. I love the way it looks. I think it's incredibly well made. It feels very comfortable. Again, I'll post a long-term review, maybe in a week or so, to make sure that my skin hasn't reacted to the watch. As far as the sale goes, the price was right. I got this for 20% off, but certainly there were watches 30, 40, even 50% off. You got to imagine that the steeper discounts involve maybe more imperfect watches, but you know, the price can't be beat if you're willing to accept a certain amount of imperfection. My purchasing experience was decent. I think that the shipping time could have been maybe a little bit shorter. I'm glad that I live close enough to a showroom that I was able to have it shipped to the store. And so all in all, a very positive first experience with both Christopher Ward and their biannual sale.